reason I am so critical of the Democratic Party right now is because I literally just left it, just like a lot of other people. Bye-bye! I was a bleeding heart liberal like all of you. I mean, blue hair and everything. I mean, believe me, I have plenty of pictures proving that I was all in. If you would have asked me a year ago, I would have said there is no way in hell I will ever vote for Donald Trump.
You're welcome.
Well, I guess welcome to the party of common sense.
But let me tell you what changed my mind. The big moment for me was when the left started trying to push this like Nazi, Hitler, fascism narrative that they're trying to push right now. Like what y'all actually did is made a lot of us really go research Trump even harder. And we started to realize that a lot of things that you guys had shown us about Trump and things that he had said were taken way out of context.
That's why they keep saying, I don't care about politics because they want you to copy them. But now that you look at the politics, you're like, whoa. There's a different reality.
Noticing a pattern where you guys were showing us like little 10-second clips of a 10-minute conversation.
Let us investigate.
That did not reflect the entirety of that conversation at all. So that was number one. And then around Thanksgiving, all of a sudden you guys are telling us that it would be better for us to sit at home and spend the holidays with no one than it would be to go home to your family who voted for Trump.
Go look up the history. Shit, don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit.
When I heard that, I was like, okay, now y'all are wildin', because you cannot tell me that it is better for your mental health to sit at home alone than it is to go and spend time with your friends and family.
What the heck is that, man?
Y'all had actual therapists getting on TV and telling you guys this. And the sad thing is that it would have been better for them to encourage you to do something like find other people that believe the same as you to spend the holidays with, but they didn't. They told you to stay in your home and spend the holidays with no one.
You didn't make good choices. You had good choices.
Yeah, they want you in a specific mental state so certain information is even better.
When that happened, I was like, okay, I gotta give this party a second look because something is not right here. But honestly, if you want to know the truth, what really did it for me is realizing how freaking depressed I was when I was functioning as a liberal. Liberalism will literally make you hate yourself. It will make you hate your family. It will make you hate your friends. It will make you hate everything about the world. And I'm not saying that you should just be ignorant to everything that is going on in the world, but the way that the left chooses to internalize everything that is going on in the world is detrimental to their mental health. And this is why people try to tell you that empathy is dangerous, but even that you want to take out of context.
Oh, it's a long story.
I never said empathy is bad, but the overabundance of empathy, out of control, without the consequence, unless you get a good result that you might like, it can incentivize people to think in certain ways.
It's why people try to tell you that empathy is dangerous, but even that you want to take out of context. Empathy itself is a great quality to have. Empathy without discernment is detrimental. You have got to be able to discern when you are carrying too much and you need to take a step back, and none of you are doing that. Believe me, it is possible to care about everything that is going on in the world and not let it consume every single thought that you have and every single conversation that you have.
I can't help myself.
A lot of us are leaving the party in droves because you guys have made it impossible to have any sort of individual thought whatsoever. Like, for instance, if I say that I like RFK Jr. because I want bad chemicals out of my food and because I want to know what's in my vaccines, you will assume that I am someone who is anti-vax and anti-science, when in fact, all three of my kids and myself have been vaccinated.
Venga, dilo. Remember to subscribe.
No subscribe. ¿Por qué?
I just want to tell you guys something. Every Republican most likely voted for Trump. Every person that voted for Trump is not a Republican.
Are you finished?
The fact that you guys are so against Trump's administration right now, when most of his administration is former Democrats who have now left the party, y'all look wild.
She makes a lot of sense.
It's never goodbye.
The Democratic Party is former Democrats who have now left the party. Y'all look wild. I mean, the Democratic Party has brainwashed people so hard that they are actually advocating against world peace right now.
I don't want to hear your excuses.
People on the left would rather us keep giving money to Ukraine to fund a war than to even fathom getting Ukraine and Russia at the table to try to agree to peace. A party that I joined because they were so anti-war and I was so against war now loves war all of a sudden.
Wait. No, wait. This is crazy.
They have convinced you to love war so much that you are actually fighting for transgender people to be in the military when lots of groups of people are excluded for the military for very valid reasons. For instance, people like me who suffer from anxiety and depression, and even though I'm not currently medicated, I used to take medication for this, and that would disqualify me from serving in the military.
And some people only go to the military because at the military, you get specific free treatment.
And frankly, I don't have a problem with that. I know damn well that somebody like me has no damn business being on the front lines. Me having the conditions that I have make me a liability to the safety of this country. Like, don't get me wrong, I am all for trans rights, okay? I believe that you have the right to be whoever you want to be in whatever way makes you comfortable. But you really want the right to fight in the military? Like, that's the right, that's the hill that you want to die on? Like, bro, people don't get accepted to the military because they have fucking bone spurs on their feet. And you are complaining about the fact that a transgender person can't make it into the military. Like, at this point, the left has convinced you to be so anti-Trump that they will get you to argue for things that you used to be against.
Thanks, I hate it.
And all of this summed up is exactly why you are losing people every single day. As bad as you think that you are making Trump look, all you are doing is making yourself look 10 times worse.
To this day.
And this last election very clearly showed that, because Trump increased his numbers across every single demographic, across women, across young voters, across Black Americans, across Hispanic Americans. Like, everyone came out to vote for Trump.
Where the party at?
And it is because we just cannot stand y'all anymore. So if you guys want to continue living in that kind of miserable existence, like, that is on you. We are not participating in that anymore. And by saying that, I'm not saying that we're not going to be participating in changing the state of the world, but we don't have to be miserable while we're doing it. So at this point, just forget everything that you have ever heard about Republicans, because I promise you, if you get a group of Trump voters in the room, you will not be able to put them all in one box. I promise you that. The Democratic Party is no longer the party of tolerance and inclusion and diversity. It's the new right. I heard someone else call us that, and honestly, I think we should start calling ourselves that, because we're not Republicans.
People have called me conservative, right-winger, and a lot of bunch of stuff. I don't want to call myself the new right. Then again, only my right eye is working, so it kind of fits.
Don't get me wrong, mabosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde, kush hash purple skunk, criollo colombici jam jam, turloqueta verdeta welcome.